gotta dress up for a wedding and then give a yes or no? The hell? Hold on, bruh. Who paid for the wedding? Is the show paying for the wedding? The wedding dress, the cake, and all that? Because I am not paying for ish just to get left at the motherfucking altar. Hell no. I'm gonna need no. Run me my money. What's up? It's Nikki. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be recapping the Netflix series Love is Blind, episodes 6 through 10. This will be a two-part video. I will add part 2 to the end screen, so make sure that you check it out when you finish this video. The first couple I'm going to start with is Shayna and Kyle. I really did not have to wonder if they would get married. It was pretty obvious. I mean, now at the top of episode 6, Shayna says how she feels she is meant to be with Shane. She said that out of her mouth while engaged to Kyle. I was like, what in the what the heck? I feel like she was stringing Kyle along, but at the same time, Kyle should have realized it just was not right. Shayna left the dang romantic getaway in Mexico. I am really confused as to what the heck this was. They were the most uncoupled couple on the series. Shayna had the nerve to call Shane and Natalie's relationship fake when she was in the fakest relationship of them all. I was flabbergasted when she said that. So anyway, Kyle goes to meet Shayna's family and look, my G, I know descendants of the clan when I see them. I cannot with Shayna's family. I really want to say that Shayna just went along with all this to stay on the show. That's my speculation, because I do not see any valid reason why she would accept Kyle's proposal and just keep going along. Why the hell did you even bring him to meet your family? Why the hell would you bring him to meet the clan? And if religion was such a huge deal, why was it not brought up earlier in her conversations with Kyle in the pods? Why accept a proposal from someone who you know is atheist? Why continue with the relationship? Why bring Kyle home to meet the clan child? Shayna's brother for real? Oh, my hell. Shayna's brother for real was so off to me. The entire family really was off. I know good and doggone well my black ass would not have been welcome in there. I'm sorry, but that's the vibes that I get. Child, they probably wouldn't have let the black cameraman in there, child. I don't know. Look. I don't know if it's because I was raised in the South, but child, let me tell you. When white folks start saying stuff like, are you proud to be American? Do you love America? Just start going into that whole extra American spiel mixed with the religious spiel. I know to get my black ass up out of Dodge City, because it will not be a pleasant experience. Shayna's brother says to Kyle, if you like the outdoors and having fun and being an American, what does that mean? The fuck are you talking about? Are you a godly man? Kyle and Shayna relationship is literally the biggest waste of time that I have ever seen in my entire life. It was funny to me when Kyle says, moms love me. And like 5 seconds into me and Shayna family, the camera was panning to the mom and brother's facial expressions. I guess the producers was like, this issue's just writing itself. Kyle, you might be good with moms, but you ain't never met a mother of the clan. Shayna know good and god dang well she gotta bring home a white Christian male, period, who loves being American and doing American things. I don't know what the hell. And why was the first question the brother asked Kyle was, tell me something real? What? Nigga, what are you talking about? If somebody was to say to me, upon first meeting them, tell me something real, I would just be like, midnight is dark. Water is wet. Tell me something real. Who talks like that? Who says to someone that they are just meeting, tell me something real? Look, they're not even supposed to say to that. Y'all, why the heck did Shayna set Kyle up like this, y'all? Like, what? Come on now, child. So, in an interview, the mom says, what Shayna wants more than anything is a man committed to her faith. Well, Mom, why didn't she choose a man committed to her faith? Now, look, I feel bad for Kyle, but baby was clueless. After meeting the clan, this fool tells Shayna they should move in together as the next step. I was sitting there like, what? Nigga, what relationship are you in, bro? Like, what are you talking about? What girl do you think you are in relationship with? Did you just not, like, math wasn't mathing. Now, finally, weeks too damn late, Shayna tells Kyle, I can't marry you. And y'all, Kyle actually looked devastated and he looked hurt. And I was like, po baby ain't been paying not a lick bit attention. The chick don't want you, Kyle. Kyle was obviously so wrapped up in Shayna that he did not read the situation right in the slightest and was just oblivious to how she was feeling. There was really nothing between them. I mean, it was a fake relationship. But I'm not sure why Kyle was going back and forth. When she said, I can't marry you, he should have just gracefully bowed out. Give my mom a motherfucking ring and just bow out. I wanted to walk inside the TV and just be like, my G, she don't want you. She never did, bro. He needed to just bow out gracefully. Now, child, when Shayna said she needs a man who will spiritually lead her, all I could think was, okay, so you think Shane gonna spiritually lead you, girl? Now, when Kyle asked her how long has she felt this way, and she said since the beginning, child, like I said, this is the biggest waste of time that I have ever seen in my entire life. Really, they could have gave another couple this spot. Like, I don't understand. Kyle says they should have never made it past the pause, and I completely agree. I mean, now after Kyle tells Shayna that she should have never said yes to his proposal, valid, and that she's being selfish, valid, child, she started to get annoyed and just was like, whatever. Girl, I cannot stand that. You strung this man along. You hurt his feelings. He's the one being dumped. You put both of y'all in a situation that you could have avoided. I mean, Kyle could have avoided the issue too, but I mean, she the one doing the breaking up. Everything Kyle was saying was on point for me. Shayna needed to just take whatever he had to say, because I mean, he wasn't getting irate, he wasn't flipping out, he was just calmly just stating points. All I can say is, for religion to be high on the board, Shayna's behavior and attitude was very ungodly, sorry. And then when she started crying, my nigga, I could have laughed. Sorry, I really could have. Like, why are you crying? Like, really, girl? I couldn't. I was literally just like, why the fuck is she crying? Shayna is sneaky and low down. I don't care. She is. Because after all this ish goes down, in her interview, Shayna says that she cannot stop thinking about being attracted to Shane. Oh, okay. So was it religion or Shane that caused you to break things off with Kyle? Baby, get your story straight. Child, Shayna says, Kyle's a nice guy, but it doesn't feel right in my spirit. I'm gonna follow my gut. Girl, shut the fuck up. This is such a motherfucking joke. If I was a Christian, I'd be like, girl, get the fuck off the TV screen. Like, this ain't Christian, man. Like, what are you doing? Now, I never liked Shayna since back in the pods. When Natalie and Shane had their first argument, and Natalie came back to the girls' room upset, and you could see Shayna smiling and gleeful about it. But this next ish was some low down dirt type ish. I peep the type of person that Shayna is. I know people like Shayna who claim their religion and being a Christian is so important, but they have no moral fiber. I guess they don't be handing out good character with the communion child. All the couples and people from the pods who just didn't get engaged have a little get together, right? So apparently Shayna called Natalie for girl chat to check in and see how her and Shane were doing. No, Natalie Hunt, I needed her to peep game. That is what snake girls do, to find out what's going on in your relationship so they can creep on your man. Po baby just ain't no. Po baby. Shayna told Natalie that she has someone to hook her up with if Shane and her don't work out. Excuse me? You have somebody to hook her up with? Like who? Because the clan don't date Asian Americans. So who you hooking her up with, girl? Kyle? That comment irked my nerves, and that was so disgusting. It was. To tell someone, if you and your fiance don't work out, I have someone to hook you up with. No, bitch. Hook yourself up. Shayna and her Bible were just creeping. Now, Shane and Shayna end up having a private conversation, right? And when Shane asks, how are you and Kyle? More of her Christianity that she values so much came out. Y'all, the way that Shayna said, we broke up and laughed, my nigga, the atheist got better character than you. I don't know what to say about it. You literally just broke someone's heart. And you being flippant about it. Shayna don't give a ish about Kyle. That's all I could think while watching this. She ain't give a ish about him. She was on here just to be on here. Shayna strung somebody along with no regard for their feelings. Then she goes and flirts with someone else's fiance, creeping on someone else's fiance. And her mom of the clan had the nerve to say, if my kids die, I know where they're going. Lady, you might know the clan, but you don't know Ish. Mama, you don't know Ish. Now, this next part was discussing on Shane and Shayna's part. After Shane brings up the whole, I have someone for you if you and Shane don't work out comment, Shayna skirts the truth. Child, joke or not, because she claimed it was a joke, which the Ish was not said as a joke. It's inappropriate. I don't care how you spin it. Also, the fact that she was emphasizing that it was a private conversation. No, girl, ain't no such thing. Natalie was supposed to tell her fiance that. Just like Mallory was supposed to tell her fiance about Jared's comments on her ring. It ain't no private conversation. Bitch, I'm gonna tell my fiance. Are you like, you dense? Child, Shayna is fucking insane. She says, I don't know why Natalie took a joke I made and ran with it. I don't know if y'all are bored in your relationship. My nigga, Shane was pissing me off. I wish my nigga would. I was watching like if Shane don't check this girl real quick. He basically just sat there and let Shayna fly off the handle about his fiance and just calling his relationship fake. Shane was being an idiot and pissing me the hell off. I wish my nigga would. I need to be on a reality show because I can see a ish like this going down for conversations I ain't there for. Because this would piss me off. And after all the ish Shayna was talking, he says, I'm glad you came. Shayna full of ish. How the hell can you be in her position and call somebody else's relationship fake? You must be looking in the mirror. That's a motherfucking joke. Doing air quotes when saying relationship and talking about Shane and Natalie, really? Okay, let me calm down. I'm getting riled up. But that just pissed me off. In one breath, Shayna claims that the I have a guy for you comment was a joke. But then in the next breath, she calls that relationship a joke. Which is the joke, girl? But if I were Natalie, the fact that Shane sat there entertaining this entire conversation, I would be done. Like, I literally would. I ain't marrying you. Are you crazy? The ish was disgusting. That was disgusting. Now, look, Shayna was dead wrong in all her actions this season. I mean, but along with my empathy for Kyle, I think he a little off. I'm sorry. Now, Shayna did not say point blank and make it clear. However, she did say little comments and freaking left him in Mexico. But he would just say stuff like, I'll get her to like me. I could change her mind about me. I can get her to just, it's off. Then when they meet up after Mexico, he was again trying to convince her to stay in a relationship and how it could work, etc. Look, let me tell you, ain't no fiance finna leave me in Mexico. You not leaving me at a house party. You not leaving me in a motherfucking driveway. You not leaving me. I wish my fiance would. It is definitely really all for Kyle to constantly try to force or push or coerce or whatever word you want to use Shayna to reciprocate his feelings and to be in a relationship she obviously did not want to be in. I get trying to work on a relationship, but Shayna was giving him nothing. Y'all, did they ever even kiss or hold hands? I get that for him, he thought they could work through the religious aspect, right? Because she was making it seem like that was the sole issue. And I get that. Because I'm not atheist, I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion or follow it. So if I dated someone religious, no, I wouldn't think it was a deal breaker. I'm not pushy. I don't feel strongly about religion one way or the another. And that's how Kyle comes across. He comes across as he's an atheist, but he's not going to be pushy. So I would say, yeah, we could work on this. However, if the person just keeps saying they have reservations over and over and over, I'm going to be like, yeah, we need to just end this. Like, if they can't say it, I'm going to say it. Kyle never wanted to just accept that that Shayna ain't want him and just say, yeah, we need to end this. Shayna, for some reason, couldn't just flat out say it, but Kyle could have said it. But I feel like any person in Kyle's position wouldn't have been along for the ride this whole time. Kyle and Shayna were so irrelevant. They were a fake relationship. Okay, so Danielle and Nick. My prediction was that they would not get married. I thought Danielle would be a yes, and I thought that Nick would be a no. So Nick goes to meet Danielle's family, and I really liked her family. I don't know how she come from that family. I really liked her family, especially her mom. I feel like if I was a parent, I might be like Danielle's mama. Okay, so Danielle's mom was a psychology major, but her daughter has psychological issues. I'm sorry. I'm confused. Danielle's mom tells Nick, you're going to have to be strong because she tends to jeopardize her relationships. Come on, Mom, give me insight. Like, help him out. And she was saying that she just wants to make sure that when things do get tough, Nick stays and fights through, works through, etc. I was shocked, honestly, at how open her family was to the idea of all of this. Just the idea of, excuse me, accepting a proposal to someone you've never seen, getting married after only knowing someone for a few weeks, but meeting Danielle's family, it went really smoothly. Danielle's parents were like, if you do not have a healthy relationship, especially sexually, sex life is important. And then it was like, oh, it's not important. It's a necessity. Okay, look, I was watching and I was like, okay, the parents are talking sex. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. But I wanted to be at the meeting just so I could have said, oh, don't worry, Mom. Your daughter got it covered from what Nick has said. But then, y'all, Mom and sister pointed out a hickey on Nick's neck, which was actually a bite mark. Okay, Danielle, girl, you biting niggas? It be the insecure girls. Sorry. And they be the true freaks. Okay, Danielle, girl, I see you biting. Okay. Then her little brother gonna say, how sexually active are you guys? It's a serious question. Child, okay. This a different speed from Shayna's family. See what happened when your family ain't part of the clan? Ish goes well. Now, Danielle meeting Nick's family, it went smoothly as well, but his family was definitely not as laid back or, just much more serious. There were moments of awkward silence. I don't know if that's how they edited it or what, but it was awkward. Nick's mom tried to be nice in her interview, but she was not really on board. But child, of course the mood shifts because this is Nick and Danielle that we are talking about. When I tell y'all, Danielle is so dang annoying and negative. Like, I could not with this girl. I really truly wanted to fast forward through all this scene. She got on my last nerves, child. Just watching her on TV is exhausting. I don't know how the hell Nick does it. I don't even know how to rehash this ish. It is really just so freaking dumb. Apparently, Danielle did not feel like Nick was as excited or as happy as she was that her family liked him and that meeting her family went well. And she felt this way because apparently the day he meets her family, the sun needed to rise and set on that one event, and nothing else in the world could happen. And Nick can never have a bad day or express his feelings. So when they got in the car, apparently Nick started talking about his friends or something. It's, child, like I said, it's really stupid. And because of that, this crazy girl had the nerve to say that she started feeling like Nick was not with her for the right reason. I don't even know how this girl connects the dots. I don't. Pretty much she was being illogical and annoying yet again. I'm gonna just pray for Nick's patience. I literally had no clue that if you meet your partner's family, you can't talk about anything else except that. Am I crazy? Nick says, did you ever think the world does not revolve around you? Child, I was like, yes, Nick. Baby, you ain't wrong when you're right. Because that is Danielle's attitude. The entire relationship is centered around Danielle and her feelings and her insecurities. It's like she is the relationship and Nick just along for the ride. Nick can be happy about meeting her family and have ish going on with his friends and family. One does not cancel out the other. It was just the dumbest argument in my opinion. I mean, child, how old are we? I just didn't get it. But hey, maybe it's me. Child, did Danielle mama not learn anything in her psychology class that could help this dang girl? Okay, so Nick ended up apologizing to Danielle, which I did not think was warranted. He didn't do anything wrong if you ask me. But hey, don't ask me. But child, Danielle says, I can't, this threw me. Danielle says the way they communicate is causing arguments. No, bitch, you are causing arguments. Is she crazy? Danielle has literally caused every single solitary argument that they have had. I personally would not have apologized for saying the world does not revolve around her. I wouldn't apologize for ish. I wouldn't have. The sun does not rise and set on your family and what you think is important at the moment. Your partner is allowed to have other stuff going on and multiple things that matter to them. Y'all, I really didn't care about anything Danielle was saying on the sofa while she was crying, whatever the hell. I just didn't. I'm sorry. She gets on my nerves, and I could never be in a relationship with someone that exhausting. Okay, so Nick took Danielle to his home to show her where she would be moving, right? And she felt there would be issues because Nick apparently is really neat and organized and she is not. Now, I might not have the popular opinion on this. I feel like if you are super neat and organized and clean and you choose to marry or live with a partner who is messy, the neat person cannot expect the messy person to live like they do. Sorry. If you're clean, then clean then. Don't fuss at your partner because the counter is a mess. If you want the counter clean, then clean it, period. I am just very much a if you want something done, then do it kind of person. Like, don't fuss at somebody to do it, you do it. If you want the house clean, then clean the house. Or don't marry someone who isn't as clean and organized as you. It's really that simple, sorry. I don't know, child, but that's how I feel. Don't fuss at your partner because they left dishes in the sink. If you see dishes in the sink and you want them clean, then clean the dishes in the sink. It's really simple. Now, at Danielle's place, with y'all, Danielle cat is so freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous. I want a kitten. But I don't want to deal with no litter box. But y'all, Nick was walking through Danielle's place like he was in a horror movie. Every turn was like, especially when Danielle walked out in the hot dog costume. When he saw them costumes. Now, more world revolving around Danielle. She starts going into how her and her friends get on the table in her house and dance, and they broke the dining table, right? She was not hearing Nick at all because she never does. Like, girl, your friends can come over and y'all can have fun, but getting up on my table and breaking ish, that's disrespectful. Like, come on now, child. Come on now. First of all, don't get up on my table where I eat. Like, I don't know who do that ish. Like, do not get on the table where I eat, child. You better dance on the motherfucking floor. Who does that? Danielle was combating what Nick was saying by trying to say stuff like, oh, well, they didn't break the table on purpose. Girl, if a full-grown human being gets up on your shoddy table and dances, there's a chance the ish might break, period. It is immature and disrespectful in my opinion. I'm sorry, do not get up on my table while I eat, child. All Danielle really needed to say, though, to Nick was, I will not allow my friends to do this in our home, period. Then that's the end of that. Because it was a very valid concern for Nick or anyone to have. You ain't breaking my motherfucking furniture. Y'all, I just feel like Danielle and Nick were a disaster. I don't know what else to say about it. They were a disaster. They are a disaster. When Danielle goes to try on her wedding dress and she says, I'm incredibly insecure. It is very rare that I will look at myself in the mirror and like what I see. Nobody peeped how disturbing that is. That's wild. Why would you get married without solving that ish first? Like, am I tripping? That is such a wild thing to say. How are you going to function in a healthy way in general, but specifically, especially in a relationship, in a marriage, when you are that insecure? That was so fucking wild. I was flabbergasted when she said that. How are you going to teach your kids to love themselves when you don't? How are you going to think your kids, who will likely have your genes and your features, are beautiful if you don't think that about yourself? I don't know. I'm confused. Is it just me? Now, when Danielle and Nick go cake tasting, literally all I was thinking was, Lord Jesus, this girl is so mother-freaking miserable. I mean, is it just me? Danielle comes across as so miserable and annoying. I just feel like it should be going smooth until she started talking. She tells Nick, we have had conflicts where if we were dating for 3 weeks, we would have quit. Like, girl, can we just taste cake? Why say that? What are you doing? What's the point? But let Nick have said some ish like that. Child, Danielle just really irks my nerves, and it is annoying to watch. She is also constantly projecting onto Nick. It is excruciating to watch. She consistently goes off of how she thinks he feels because it's what she feels instead of actually listening to what he says. So Nick goes to tell her that he was not upset. She went away for the weekend, right? But he just asked, is this how it is going to be where we do things separately on the weekends? Danielle proceeds to say, it seemed like you were upset. Well, bitch, I don't care what it seemed like. I'm telling you what it is. I'm sorry. Let me not call her the B word. I'm sorry. She be riling me up. Like, I don't have tolerance for stuff like this. It really irks me. I feel like communicating with Danielle is a mother freaking nightmare. It's a nightmare. And just how I operate, I'm not arguing with you or trying to disprove what you think I feel. I would just be like, yep, because I know people like this. And I would just be like, yep, okay. I guess you got it. Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Yep. Like, I'm not going to argue like Nick does trying to convince you. It is exhausting. And if you want to project, I'm just gonna let you do it. Because nothing you say will convince a person like that. People who project are convinced of what they think you feel or what you mean. I cannot communicate with people like Danielle who are constantly trying to tell you what you feel. I can't. She literally, look, Danielle needs to learn basic communication skills because she does not have just simple listening and comprehension skills. Nick asked her point blank, when did I say I am upset? You hung out with your friends. You can never hang out with your friends. Simple question. And her response was, you said this is how it's going to be? Girl, are you listening? Y'all, all I could think during this scene was, they don't need to get married, child. They don't need to get married. Because they gonna end up on forensic files. Nick gonna kill this girl. It's too much. Like, I do not, child, Nick got patience. So later, Nick and Danielle go out and Danielle says, I want you to know I heard you. Oh, bitch, you could hear? Child, her mama must have taught some sense into her. If you ever have an argument with somebody and they don't get what you saying, they do not get where you coming from, right? And then they come back later on and suddenly they get it. That means they done went to somebody about the situation, got some advice, and somebody that taught some motherfucking sense into them. Period. Danielle said, I feel like an actual crazy person. Well, girl, you are a crazy person, but I'm glad you are aware. I'm sorry, Danielle is annoying. Like, Lord Jesus, I can't. Nick literally cannot express himself or say anything without Danielle making it an issue. Nick says very calmly, just expressing himself, what happened in Mexico, I had no clue what I was walking into. I cannot live like that for the rest of my life. Valid. That ish in Mexico was insane and it was toxic. And I would have broke up with her. But of course, Danielle spirals. That makes me scared to hear you say we might not work out. But girl, didn't you yourself say at the motherfucking cake tasting, if y'all were dating 3 weeks, y'all would have quit? Okay, let me. Her response should have been, my behavior in Mexico was inappropriate and you do not have to worry about that happening again. Because who in their right mind would want to deal with that? When I tell y'all, I just knew Nick was going to say no at the altar. Child, I would have put money on it. But child, Danielle said, I don't want to go into a marriage where I'm not confident in myself. Child, y'all, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. Girl, didn't you yourself say, haven't you said? Okay, like, I can't. Danielle has said herself how insecure she is. So I don't know why she made that comment. She don't ever look in the mirror and like what she sees. Okay, child, whatever the hell. Like, I can't. This girl is exhausted and frustrated. Nick tells her, I love you and I'm going to love you at your worst. Nick, you're better than me. I'm glad she with Nick and not Nikki because Nick love that girl, for real. That's all I can say. To deal with this ish, Nick must really love Danielle. Because I would have chucked the deuces. I would have cursed out, then I would have chucked the deuces. Now, Nick's friend was getting on my last nerve. I do not like people coming at me like his friend was. You do not have to prove anything to your friends or family, period. I wish mine would. Your life decisions are yours, and I am not convincing other people why I do anything, period. I don't care how fast, insane, bad idea you think my decision is. It is mine to make. It's my life and my experience to experience. His friend was on my nerve. Like, who are you? I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way. Now, this was my first time watching Love is Blind, right? I saw season 2 without seeing season 1. And I was sitting there confused. I was like, hold on. We gotta dress up for a wedding and then give a yes or no? The hell? Hold on, bruh. Who paid for the wedding? Is the show paying for the wedding? the wedding dress, the cake, and all that, because I am not paying for ish just to get left at the motherfucking altar. Hell no. I'm gonna need some no. Run me my money. The hell kind of ish is this? I don't know. I feel like when I watch a series about love, I want love. I don't want it to be trash and mess. I want it to feel genuine, because I mean, it's a reality show. Having people dress up for a wedding and then say yes or no at the day altar, child, that feel like trash. That feel like mess. That is cruel. Nick was sweating like a whore in church. The nigga was drenched. Somebody could have handed old boy a towel. I mean, sweat was pouring like water through a broken dam. Y'all, Nick was in that suit boiling to death. You know those little plastic bags that people like bake food in? That was Nick's suit, and he was the food in the bag. He was literally roasting. But in the end, Danielle and Nick both said yes. I could not believe that Nick said yes. I'm telling you, child, if I say vows and all this ish, and then a nigga tell me I don't, I'm lighting that ish up. I'm not playing games. Now, I had high hopes for Natalie and Shane. I really wanted them to work out, mainly because I really like Natalie and I wanted this to be a happily ever after for her. The more we saw of Shane, I was like, Natalie need to run for the motherfucking hills. But my prediction was that they would both say yes at the altar. I feel like Natalie and Shane had, polar opposites, completely different love languages, but I really liked them together. I feel like you can't love people how you want to be loved. You have to love them how they want to be loved. And they had a huge disconnect. Shane needed words of affirmation, right? When Natalie said, "You're my best friend. You are literally everything I wanted," you could just see Shane just lighten up. Like, he liked stuff like that. Now, there is nothing wrong with words of affirmation and wanting that from your partner. However, it felt borderline like Shane needed boosts from his partner that he just doesn't have in himself. I don't know. I was kind of defending him needing this before, but it's like the more fleshed out this guy, it's like you can't place your esteem in your partner's hand. And it also borderline felt like he wanted his partner just sucking up to him and just praising him and sniffing behind him like a puppy dog. I don't know. That's the vibes I got. Like, you got to kind of just bow to him like he's the greatest thing in the world. Now, they start off talking about the wedding and trying to get that in order. Shane starts going into, he wants to wear one of those, like, cape suits or some-ish. Now, look, I think that looked ridiculous. However, I am a firm believer that a wedding is not just for a woman. It's not the bride's day. It's for men and women. It is the groom's day and it is the bride's day. So, I don't really care how ugly I would feel that is. If that's what my fiance wants, child, have fun, wear it, and I'm just gonna be like, great. The man can wear whatever the heck he wants, but child, Natalie was looking like, hell no. Which was crazy because she had literally just told him it's his day. But she turned down the only two things he said he wanted. He literally said he only wanted two things, and she wasn't really down for either two. But once he threw in his dad regarding the fountain, I think she had finally agreed to that. I didn't see the fountain at the wedding, though. Did I miss that? I thought everything was going well for them. They were cute together when they were good. When Natalie took Shane to see her apartment, I thought that was cute. Also, I wanted them to get married just to spite Shayna. But they were on track. Natalie even said how she didn't think she could ever be this happy and how she thought she knew what love felt like before. But after meeting Shane and falling in love with him, she realized that she never knew what love really felt like. I just knew they were both going to say yes. Meeting with each other's parents went smoothly. Everything seemed to be going smoothly and on track. I really like Natalie's parents and I like Shane's mom. Natalie even brought Shane's mom along with her to go dress shopping for the wedding. Child, it looked like we was all becoming one big family. If was on track to get married, I thought it was these two. But then during the guys' bachelor party, the guys go to a baseball field and hit a few balls right. Everybody did well except for Shane. And when I tell y'all, I started seeing that weird ish about him, like back in the pods when he flipped out and was upset at Natalie when he called her the wrong name, called her Shayna. It was so weird, y'all. Like, how he flipped out was so motherfucking weird. Like, it was weird. Like, it is not that serious, bruh. I know men be serious about sports, but y'all, this was on some next level-ish. He was angry. Like, I would have been scared for Natalie to be there in person with him that mad. I don't know if I'm being dramatic, but it was off. I don't know. As Ish progressed, Shane just was giving me bad vibes. So the day of the wedding, we find out that Natalie and Shane actually got into a huge and really awful fight the night before the wedding, right? And I was kind of confused because I was like, I thought they weren't supposed to see each other 2 days before the wedding, but I think he called her. I suspect that Shane was hyped up and angry about how he did at baseball. Natalie was probably being sarcastic and making fun of him like she tends to do. That's her sense of humor. I will say, I sure wish the cameras would have caught the motherfucking fight, child. Shane, though, saying how everyone says stuff they don't mean during arguments. When I tell you, I cannot stand when people say that. It is such a freaking cop-out. I feel like people use that as a way to not take responsibility for the things they say. Words do not just come out of nowhere. Like, they don't. Sorry. I don't care how mad you are. You meant what you said, period. Even if you only mean it for a moment and you don't mean it forever, you meant what you said when you said it. I done got into some huge knockout, like insane, hellish verbal fights and arguments with people, and ask anybody if I done ever took back anything I said, because I haven't. I ain't never. I mean what I say, period. And that's that on that. I do not buy the I said it out of anger or I said it because I was drunk. No, it's bullish. And no one can convince me otherwise. Apparently, Shane told Natalie that he hates her and that she was the worst thing that ever happened to him. Now, child, all them knockout blowouts I done told you, babe, I ain't never told nobody I hate them. Never. That is some ish that for me, you cannot get past. That was so foul. And I feel like I can just imagine also him screaming that at her. And the fact that when asked, Shane did not want to tell the producers what he said. I feel like a lot more than just that was said. I can only imagine. So Shane says yes at the altar, but Natalie says no. And honestly, this was the most shocking no of this group for me. Natalie just always seems so head over heels and just kind of, I want to say, desperate to marry Shane. I was like, fall out of my chair shocked when she said no. And I think at this point, we did not know what Shane actually said. We just knew they had an argument. So when she said no, I was like, okay, the fight must have been some real ish. Natalie tells Shane that she is not closing the door on them, but Shane was like, he got to think on it. Oh, and another reason you can't convince me, and I will never buy the I didn't mean it, I was angry, because in one moment, Shane says he didn't mean what he said, but then in another moment, he says he meant what he said. Child, just flip-flopping. Which one is it? I'm telling you, it's a cop-out. People just say it to try to move on in a relationship. Oh, I didn't mean it, I was mad. So you can get over it, and they don't have to take no responsibility. Natalie ends up saying that before their fight, she was 100% sure that she was going to marry him. But that saying you hate someone, and I agree, hate is a strong word to say to somebody you're supposed to be in a relationship with, and that they are the worst thing that has ever happened to you cannot be unintentionally said. And I completely agree. Completely. As much as I was rooting for them since the beginning, child, Natalie dodged the motherfucking bullet. She dodged the grenade. She dodged the missile. Thank God that fight happened, because that was the turning point for her to say no. Natalie says that she truly loved Shane, but love can only go so far. Natalie dodged the bullet. But honestly, their story though, ending like this, it was sad to me, because I really wanted this to be a happy ending for Natalie, and I did think Shane was immature, but I didn't know he was on this level, and I felt bad about like his dad dying, and I wanted a happy ending. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you watched until the end. Guys, make sure you check out part 2 of my recap for episodes 6 through 10, which I will add to the end screen. If you like my content, please make sure you support my channel by liking, comment, share this video. Make sure you subscribe and have your notifications on so you will be alerted when I post TV show and movie reviews. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.